Hey guys, it's Reap 100 Trader here. Sorry for not posting so often. I did go on a fishing trip and also went golfing, which it was very fun, but I'm back now and I just want to let you guys know that I did have a $150,000 funded account, but I got tilted and blew it up because I didn't follow any of my rules. I moved my stop loss and also added contracts, which we all know we shouldn't be doing unless we're very confident in our setup and have a consistency of winning. So definitely a lesson learned. But here is my second funded Apex account, $150,000. And the reason why I choose $150,000 is because that it has a $5,000 cushion. So here's my first trade on May 23rd. And to my surprise, even though we were in a downtrend, it entered me into a long. And I kept my trade going because I wanted to see what it would do. Well, the nice thing about Polarity is it has a self-selective nature, which in this turn it actually worked, and it hit my take profit, which then added $150 to my account, which thankfully that's the right direction to go to. So on to the next trade here. We definitely can see that there was some chop, and the one thing that threw me off was seeing that delta right there that had nearly over 4,000 buyers. Over 4,000 buyers at this bar. And it made me think that maybe price is going to shoot up, but it didn't. It got absorbed. But it eventually came back to the range, and I decided to go long because I seen there was positive delta. But seeing that the delta actually decreased here, seeing that there was that red bar, and then there was a positive 176, I should have probably waited a little longer, maybe have entered into a regression trade, because that bar and that 176 price and delta are not correlated. And even previously seeing the other bar with the 941 delta and the red bar, that was not correlated. Eventually I did lose this trade, which then brought me zero minus commissions. So at this point, you know, I got a little frustrated, but I did learn from my other account to kind of dial back, take a look at what's going on, and I decided to go ahead and enter in a long trade. And I did, but it was the wrong choice, because looking at this, there's just a lot of up and down movements, and delta and price are not correlated, and also the price is stuck in a range. So what I should have been doing is I should have had it in regression. Regression would have been the right mode for this, but that's the beauty of recording these sessions, is that I can actually look back at my mistakes and try to learn from them. So, you know, I ended up in red on this day, which is fine, it happens, but definitely a lesson learned. So here is May 24th, and this is the next day. And one thing that I noticed is that I saw a delta of negative 2,135 and seeing that the bar was positive. So, but then the next bar was negative, being at negative 887 for the delta, and price was heading down. So what I was thinking here was I might as well hit it in regression. And the reason why is because it wasn't correlated for that little short bit. And it turned out it worked in my favor. And so at this point, I seen that the delta was in negative consistently, with a negative 608, negative 1287, 2135, 887, 18. And so seeing that the price action and how the price is doing, it looks like it's heading to a downtrend. So I decided to go ahead and auto arm and turn that on, and in trend mode and in short. Because one thing that I have learned is that it's better to stick with the trend unless you absolutely know on the reversal pattern. But sticking to the trend turned out for my own good, because at this point, at pretty much 16 minutes within the market, I entered in short again, and it was turned out to be a good choice because it ended up hitting my take profit, and I ended the day positive $300, which is pretty amazing. I know one thing's for sure is that sometimes seeing that 3,300 positive delta throws you off a little bit, but one thing I know is that it's better to stick with it and continue thinking that way. So it was a good day. So here is May 26th, and this was a Friday. For some reason, I decided to do a regression trade, which really had no reason to. And the reason why I say that is because when I look back, I seen that the trend was an uptrend, and Delta was consistently positive, so it looked like it was heading for a breakout. And so I lost the regression trade, and then I automatically decided to arm both in trend. Well, as we can see, I definitely lost that trade, so I lost 2 trades back to back within 4 minutes of the market, which does hurt significantly. And this day affected me quite a bit, and the reason why it does is because I kind of got a little tilted, because seeing that I lost 2 trades immediately, I should have been done. I really should have. So I decided to go ahead and hit regression again at this level, thinking that, oh, because there's an absorption bar right over with a 0 and the 25, that potentially it will come on back. Well, unfortunately, it didn't. Price continued to go up. I should have took this as a slight pullback, and I should have kept it in trend mode, and then I lost this trade. And we lost this trade, so I'm already negative $462.50. I am really just fuming right now, being the fact that the market's only been open for 10 minutes. I've lost 3 trades in a row. And I should have really just stopped, but no, I decided to arm in trend mode, arm both in trend mode. And for some reason, this one decided to enter me in short, which I didn't really understand this one. So given the fact that I was hoping that it would give me a long trade, it gave me a short trade, and so now I'm minus $612.50, which now I'm really fuming. So at this point, I should have just cut my losses and be done, right? But no, this is where I started going back to my old habits on that other account that I had. So I went in trend and I armed long, thinking that, oh, if I arm long, because the trend is going up, I would have a better shot at potentially winning this trade. And if I win this trade, or not if I win this trade, but if this trade fills, I'm going to go ahead and buy and put another contract in. So these are the rules that I should never do, that you guys can see that I started to do. And this one was one of those trades that kind of brought me back to the other funded account that I had. And I started doing the same habit that I did. And as you guys see right there, I moved my stop loss. So risk reward was completely not right at all. And I was risking more than even getting a reward, being that the risk was $537.50 and the reward was only $287.50. So it's a complete opposite kind of deal. And this is something that I definitely was freaking out. So I decided to move my stop loss back up so I don't risk that much. And eventually the trade, thinking that the trade's going to work out, seeing that this bull bar, oh, it's going to work, but it quickly shot down and it decided to take me out. And so I lost $387.50 with the 2 contracts. It would have been better to have that 1 contract, because then I would have lost it less than that. But this day was really terrible and I didn't really like it. So I decided to go ahead and just start moving my take profit, and just to see if I can limit some of the things and make it more of a 1-to-1 ratio. But apparently it was still not enough, because the market took down, and then I also had slippage, so added more to that. So all in all, I was $11.25, not including commissions, and this day was the worst day. I decided to cut my losses here, even though I had the biggest urge to, you can make it back, you can make back your trades, but I didn't do that. So thankfully, I ended it here, and this was it. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.